Champion, it seems you are the only one who still responds to my summons. Let me get directly to the point. There is a conspiracy afoot within the gallows. The mages are responsible, but they have blinded the Grand Cleric, and even those who wear the Sun Shield to the truth.
Blind? Althena sees things all too clearly.
You would think Orsino preaching treason in the market evidence enough. But it seems only you have the sense to see it.
You mentioned a conspiracy afoot.
The mages are bolder since Orsino spoke out. They are sneaking out of the tower and deceiving my men. I know how it sounds. Claiming I'm irrational has become the latest sport, it seems. But this is no fantasy. I am not imagining these events, and I will not pretend they don't exist.
So you're the only one who knows the truth?
I have seen the evidence. The muddied boots, missing potions. Mages are sneaking out at night for their dark rituals.
In my experience, sneaking out at night rarely has anything to do with evil magic. But what do I know?
Of course. Muddy boots mean blood magic. That's incontrovertible. Good mages wipe their feet first.
That's all. The guard needs more to arrest offense.
This grudge you have against mages seems very personal.
It is personal. My sister was a mage. She was a kind, gentle soul, and completely unprepared for such a burden. My family hid her. We knew she could never last in the Circle, or pass their rigorous tests.
You broke the laws you tell everyone to abide by now.
I did, yes.
Let me guess. It didn't go like you'd hoped.
Amelia was terrified and utterly grateful for our efforts. We thought we were doing the right thing. And then, she was possessed by a demon. My sister killed our family, and I only barely escaped. Before the Templars brought her down, she had slain 70 innocents. So I understand perfectly well why the mages struggle, as well as why the laws we uphold are so vital.
What killed those people was an abomination. It wasn't a mage.
And should we wait for an abomination to manifest before we act? We cannot.
That must have been horrible.
It gave me a reason to join the Templars, and a worthy cause. I will not allow my sister's death to be without purpose. It will serve as a reminder of where good intentions can lead. I have sympathy for mages. They suffer a terrible curse. But it is one that carries a price they must not deny.
That doesn't sound like very compelling evidence.
Yet mages have indeed gone missing, only to reappear later. Their absence is unreported. And how, but with blood magic, could they convince my oath-sworn men to lie to my face? I have demanded Orsino provide more detailed accounts, but he refuses. Either he is incompetent or involved. Neither is acceptable.
Isn't it the First Enchanter's job to work with you?
It is Orsino's job to advocate for his mages as well. He claims I am being unreasonable, and so far he has persuaded the Grand Cleric to agree.
Maybe I can shed some light on this for you.
Tell me you're not going to help her again.
Thank you, Champion. I knew I could count on you. I need to bring hard evidence before Grand Cleric Althena. It is the only way she will believe I am not motivated by hatred. You are respected, Champion. A neutral party, whose word even Orsino cannot question. You can convince her, Grace, whereas I cannot.
Where do I start?
One of my loyal men has brought me word of a meeting place the mages travel to at night. A small square in Hightown. You can go there without arousing suspicion, whereas I cannot. Do that, and we can all finally see what this conspiracy consists of.
Sorry, but I'm with everyone else on this one.
Praise the Maker.
I'm not asking you to believe, Champion. In fact, your skepticism may prove more convincing than my certainty.
Did you call me here to rant?
No. I brought you here because I need your help.
I've yet to hear why I should get involved.
And what if someone could have prevented what happened to your mother, Champion? Perhaps they said, I shouldn't get involved. This has nothing to do with me. Apathy brings suffering to the innocent. You should know that lesson better than anyone.
You have a lot of nerve trying to use my mother's memory like that.
It's a painful memory, I know. But it is also one that serves to remind us of what is important. All I ask is that you look into this, champion. Others will respect your findings, as will I.
What if the evidence I find doesn't prove what you want it to?
Then I'm wrong. I would never ask you to lie, champion.
Thank you for coming, champion. Few will associate with me now that I am the focus of Meredith's ire, which leaves me in a difficult position. She is not entirely wrong.
Inform the criers. A miracle has occurred.
I know some of my people are using dangerous means to oppose her. But I cannot seek the Templar's aid without making every mage a target.
What are they doing?
All I know is numerous mages have left the circle at night, sometimes for days at a time. I'd rather not follow our knight commander by leaping to the worst possible conclusion. But the idea of blood magic has crossed my mind.
You need some assistance against traitors in your ranks?
Traitors? Perhaps. Rebels? Certainly. I don't know if they seek congress with demons or merely a walk in the moonlight.
Walking's not so bad. Even mages need exercise.
She does like to add 1 and 1 and get 11, doesn't she?
Sometimes 111. I've heard rumors. Whispers of a meeting tonight in Hightown.
You're underestimating our Knight Commander. She'd probably kill the whole city just to be safe.
She might take on the entire Free Marches.
Fear of the Templars doesn't justify going soft on blood mages.
I don't know if they're using blood magic or just visiting their families. All I know is that a meeting is happening tonight in Hightown. I would go myself, but should I leave the tower without permission, Meredith would call it proof of my involvement.
Whatever they're doing, I'll put an end to it.
So I guess we're going with presumed guilty.
Use discretion. I would rather not deny my mages what small freedoms they can find.
If they break the law, we will not look away, Enchanter.
Just learn the nature of this meeting. You needn't interrupt unless you find proof of something sinister. I pray not. Or Meredith will have what she needs to justify the right of annulment.
I'll see what they're up to. There's no point in involving the Templars.
Thank you. Your support has been a lifeline for me.
For all of us.
So I shouldn't slit my wrists and dance naked under the moonlight just to fit in?
I would pay to see that.
If that's what you intend, perhaps I'll join you after all. I would not recommend it.
Someone's coming! The champion!
We know you're working for Meredith.
Run! We'll handle this!
We know you're spying for Orsino.
I told you he was after us!
No, not him. I can't do this.
To arms!
I told them not to do it, I swear. If I knew you were the one they were talking about, I'd have warned you. I don't hold with kidnapping. Not after what I went through.
Didn't I save your life?
You did. Believe me. I still dream about those blood mages. I don't know where I'd be without you. I'd never have let them kidnap anyone I knew was one of yours.
What are you talking about?
They said someone was spying. We needed leverage. Someone they cared about. As a hostage. We just got word they pulled it off. Right before you came here.
Just tell me where they went. I can't waste any time. You bastards are going to pay if you've hurt anyone.
We weren't going to hurt her. Just make sure you left us alone. Do you understand? We just got word they pulled some Ferelden mage out of Hightown.
I was getting tired of his gloom and doom anyway.
We just got word they took one of the Templar apprentices. A lad named Carver.
Your friends don't know much about my relationship with my brother, do they?
We just got word they took some girl from the Grey Wardens.
My sister's a sanctimonious prig. I'm better off without her.
We just got word they pulled some Dalish woman from a mansion in Hightown.
I don't think her family would ever have accepted me anyway.
We just got word they took in some pirate lass. Apparently she had quite a mouth on her.
She'd have thrown me over for the first two-mast ship anyway.
We just got word they kidnapped some elf from De Winter. Took out 4 men before they subdued him.
Things weren't going anywhere with us.
They should have just talked to you. I know you're a reasonable person. You have to see how dangerous Meredith is. Thrask says Meredith will cause open war with the mages if she stays in charge. We have to take her down.
Is this whole thing to oust the Knight Commander?
She needs to go, don't you see? We need a real Viscount and Templars who protect mages, not massacre them. Just look what Thrask accomplished. Mages and Templars working together. Isn't that what we all want?
Is Thrask the one running this conspiracy?
He's the one who brought us together. For 6 years, he's been working, one mage, one Templar at a time, teaching us we don't have to hate each other. He showed us Meredith isn't the only way.
Do you mean the Templar Thrask?
You've worked with him. He's a good man. You should help us, not fight us. All we want is someone sane in Meredith's place.
I thought you'd be the last person to join a conspiracy of apostate mages.
They aren't apostates. They want the Circle. They want it to work like it's supposed to protect them. The mages aren't the problem. Meredith is. The Knight Commander needs to go. That's what Thrask says. Without her, we have a chance at peace.
I thought Cullen threw you out of the Templars.
He did, but I can't just sit this out.
I'm not your enemy in this. I think Meredith is a dangerous zealot.
Then talk to Thrask. He would welcome your aid. Our main base is on the Wounded Coast, an old ruin. They should all be there. Your friend, too. I promise you, Meredith is the only one we're trying to harm. I'll go back to Masha's. Please, don't tell Meredith about me. It would kill Masha if I got in trouble. What are you going to do to Thrask? To me?
This isn't going to end well. If I were you, I'd stay out of range.
Thank you. I'm really sorry you were the one. I'll go to Masha, try to wait this out. I don't think I can serve the Templars while Meredith is still in charge.
I'm not getting involved in this. Let the Templars decide what to do with you.
No, please. If Meredith learns about this, she'll kill us. She'll kill every mage, even if they weren't involved. Your friend is on the Wounded Coast. We use the ruins there as a base.
As a general rule, I don't trust anyone who uses my friends against me.
Turn him in. If I wasn't with you, that might have been me trussed up in that ruin.
Meredith should hear about this.
You went too far when you targeted my people.
I had nothing to do with that. I swear.
I don't like his methods, but I respect the goal.
Don't kill him. Thrask is the one behind this.
Keran got in over his head. Surely that doesn't merit death.
I'll kill anyone who tries using one of us against you. Well, here you are. You've been sticking your nose in every problem in Kirkwall since you stumbled off the boat.
Are the mages here using blood magic?
It always comes down to that, don't it? They claim innocence, demand equality, but back them into a corner, and they got options we don't. Haven't found a mage yet who won't take it.
Who are you again?
Samson. I'm the one who fouled up your lad Fainriel's escape some years ago. Further back, I was a Templar, but that was before your time.
You were the upstanding citizen begging coins to get your next flask of lyrium.
It's a long time since anyone could get under my skin with that. I know what I am. So it shouldn't surprise you to see me here, right? One more blockhead move that's gonna keep me in the gutter. I just wanted to see Meredith out in her ass, like she did to me.
Meredith does seem to have a serious case of the crazies, yes.
But is she wrong?
I'm looking for Thrask.
You don't sound happy. Last I heard, you two were close. So were we once. Of course, that was before Meredith kicked me out of the Templars. Thrask knew she was a bitch then, but he still thought he could change things from the inside. I hoped he would.
Secret nighttime meetings and grandiose conspiracies aren't going to win this.
Truth. This whole thing's done wrong. Mages are raising the bloody dead, and Thrask just looks the other way. I'm too much Templar still to swallow that.
Are you part of this plot against Meredith?
You could say so. That bitch threw me out of the Templars for carrying letters from a mageling to his sweetheart. She's got her sword so far up her arse, she can cut you with her tongue.
Shouldn't you be in with the rest of them?
I'd hoped with Meredith gone I could take up the shield again. But maybe she was right. Give them a hint of freedom, mages go bad.
Every mage seems willing to use blood magic in the name of freedom. They can't be trusted.
This is why the Chantry first instituted the Circle. Mages must be protected from themselves.
Wisely said.
Every mage?
Much as I hate it, I think you're right. And Meredith's lost more people to this movement than she knows. She needs men she can trust. If you go after Thrask, I'll gather the Templars I know who are still loyal. Maybe I can earn my shield back after all.
Your friends are right. Without Meredith, Kirkwall can be at peace again.
You cannot think the Knight Commander is worse than blood mages.
Mages and Templars. Working together. I must be dreaming.
Is it that simple?
It is never that simple. I'd cheer to see her shipped to Val Royeaux. But I don't have the stomach to turn against all that's right and natural to do it.
I suppose it was too much to hope that you wouldn't have come here. Though I can't understand why you side with Meredith now. You showed me we can stand up to her. When you fought off Karaz's thugs to save those mages. When you took Fainriel to the Dalish and insisted there was another way. Though I cannot understand why you support Meredith still. These mages you sent back with Karaz have been treated like prisoners. Starved and beaten. Please, champion. I have nothing but respect for you. It's Meredith we must see gone.
Your cause is just, but I take issue with your methods.
I should have known you recognize the threat Meredith poses. I am sorry for any distress we caused you or your friends. Let the hostage go.
I will not negotiate until Carver is standing beside me.
I will not harm your brother. We will release him the moment I have your word that you will support us.
No. The boy dies. Then the champion.
Stand down, Grace.
Aren't you that mage lady whose arse we saved?
Grace, do you really want to do this? After everything we've done for you?
Grace, we saved you. What are you doing?
A mage is a snake in the grass that will turn on you every time.
Grace, I had a feeling you weren't the grateful type.
Grace? Wasn't she one of the mages you freed maybe 6 years ago?
We will not kill an innocent to achieve our ends. It gains us nothing to become Meredith.
Meredith. What do I care for Meredith? I'm here for the champion.
Whatever you want, just tell me.
Decimus was right. There is no way for a mage to live by the Chantry's laws. You killed the best man I ever met, but I learned all he had to teach. Elaine, kill the hostage!
I don't know, Grace.
I thought you turned your back on blood magic when you saw what happened to Decimus.
You don't know what it's like. We're locked in our cells all day, no light, no air. The Templars ask things of us. When Thrask offered a chance to make a better circle, I had to take it. But... Grace, this isn't right. Meredith's to blame for what's happening, not the champion.
Don't defy me, boy. Without me, you'd be nothing. If you're too squeamish, I'll do it myself.
No. No one has to die here.
Oh, but that's where you're wrong.
Restrain yourself.
Get the hostage! Kill the champion!
I've been waiting 6 years to see how you try to get revenge for going to the Circle.
Grace? Wasn't she one of the mages you turned in almost 6 years ago?
Grace, don't do this. The champion didn't realize what you would suffer at the Circle.
Grace. I knew we should have let the Templars slay her.
Hey, aren't you that mage lady whose ass we sent to the Circle?
Grace, don't do this. We should never have sent you to the Circle.
I've been wondering when you'd come back to bite me in the ass.
I would rather die 100 times than endure one more hour in the Circle. I have been counting the days to get my revenge.
I guess a life of quiet contemplation didn't suit you.
This isn't right, Grace. Meredith's the one you should hate.
This is a violent scheme to overthrow the Knight Commander. You're all under arrest.
Then your brother dies.
I knew she was still alive, but I didn't know Thrask was working with her. When I saw her today, it brought everything back. Everything I saw Decimus do. I tried to stay away from her, you know, after Decimus. But the Circle here is worse than Starkhaven ever was. It seemed like hers was the only way out. I'm sorry. Grace used blood magic to hold him. There's no other way to wake him up.
Get out of my... What? Where am I?
Well, this is embarrassing. I never thought of myself as a damsel in distress.
I should not have let them take me. I let you down.
What happened? The last thing I remember is these Templars coming into my quarters.
I take it those weren't Meredith's men.
Where am I? I thought for certain I would end up in the gallows.
Where are we? I was sure I was going to end up in the hold of a slaver's ship.
You Templars are a disgrace to your mandate. Kidnapping the captain of the guard.
I thought you were better than this. A couple of lousy Templars and you're down.
I've known their best. It is hard to think of Templars as the enemy. Thank you, Hawke. You were one of the few things to be counted on in Kirkwall.
They knew better than to send Templars. I didn't think one of my own would turn on me. I'm always happy to see your face. But it seems particularly lovely right now.
Apparently, I'm not as invulnerable as I thought. Thank you. It is comforting to know that I have you at my back.
Bianca was resting. Thanks, Hawke. I owe you one.
I never found fighting Templars to be a good policy in this town. Thank you. It's good to know you're still looking out for me. I understand now why city mages fear them. When I thought they were going to lock me up, the one thing I knew I could not live without was you. Thank you for saving me. You're a better friend to me than I deserve.
They took me by surprise. I'd say thank you, but I think my way of talking's better done in private.
I had no reason to think they'd turn on me. Thank you, brother. It seems I am again in your debt. And Shadow.
They're meeting in here, Sir Callan. Oh, I guess you didn't get on so well with these mages as you thought.
Champion, Samson never said you were involved in this. I trust you were here to stop these traitors, not join them.
The Champion's a good man, sir. He tried to solve things peacefully.
Yeah. Put the mage to questioning.
The boy stood up to his elders when they would have killed an innocent hostage.
You mean he was one of them, save for a convenient last-minute change of heart? I'll encourage Meredith to take it easy on him.
Thank you, Champion.
Everyone else here is under arrest. Take them to the gallows. Is there any recommendation you would have me bring to Meredith, Champion?
If you killed every man who doubted Meredith's fitness, Kirkwall would be a ghost town.
You think that reason enough to spare blood mages and their willing dupes? Perhaps some of them might still be saved.
The boy's been working with blood mages since he was in swaddling clothes.
No! I stood up for you.
Take him away. These Templars are spoiled. If they had witnessed what I saw in Ferelden, they'd know to never trust a mage. Is there any recommendation you would have me bring to Meredith, champion?
She should consider reinstating Samson. When it came down to it, he showed where his heart is.
True. Samson, you have done us a great service. Do you wish to take up the shield once more?
More than anything, Knight Captain, sir.
Then I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
They used illegal magic in a plot against the Order. I say execute them.
I can see why the Knight Commander thinks so highly of you. Take Samson too, men. If he knew so much about this plan, he must have been part of it.
No! Please!
The conspiracy against you has been put down.
And? What is Orsino's plan? He is part of this conspiracy, is he not?
The first enchanter had no role in this.
Cullen would agree with you, it seems. He claims a Templar turned on me and the mages only followed. I do not believe it. If you did not find proof, it means only that Orsino hid his tracks well. Who else was involved?
The Templar Thrask, the Templar Keran, the Templar Samson. The Mage Grace. I do not know the others.
Thrask? He was a good man. That he would be influenced by blood magic is unfortunate.
As is naming him here.
Still, without proof of Orsino's direct involvement, the Grand Cleric will never believe as I do.
Because her grace cares for peace, not your mad theories.
It seems I will have to search harder. Orsino cannot evade me forever. Thank you, champion. You have done a fine service for your city.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall when you and Orsino get together.
Cullen tells me the first enchanter was not behind this, that one of our own led this scheme.
You will never accept that you're wrong. No wonder so many of your men want you gone.
So, Orsino has managed to convince you as well. I was hoping you of all people might be above the influence of blood magic. It disturbs me to think how its insidious influence has worked its way throughout this tower. The Grand Cleric must be made to see. Go. It appears I must deal with this on my own.
It's over. If you continue to chase ghosts, you'll only give people more reason to think you're mad.
Many are assumed to be mad, right up until the point they are proven correct.
And others are thought mad right up until they're dragged screaming into the asylum.
If that makes sense, I'm mad too.
Your Mage Templar group was conspiring to overthrow Meredith.
I have a sudden deep regret I interfered. You know, I was half convinced Meredith had engineered the whole thing to trick me into incriminating myself.
Thrask admitted to leading the group.
Perhaps I've exaggerated the depths of her madness. But if she's not there yet, she will be soon.
Oh, she's there.
The only question is, once it's clear she cannot lead, will there be anyone left to oppose her? Please accept this as my thanks. It will be of more value to you right now than my friendship.
If Meredith stays in charge, she'll run Kirkwall into the ground.
Speak softly, friend. There is nowhere safe to say those words. But be assured, you are not the only one thinking them.
Definitely not.